Hi, hello, and welcome back to this video. This is a video about Clitus Gaming and this iceberg of him. This video is a doozy and took me several hours to make, with a script over 6,000 words. You can use this as background noise if you have nothing else to watch, or this would be a great video to fall asleep to. If you do not know what an iceberg video means, then I recommend looking it up, as I will not explain it here. Without further ado, let's get into this video. Tier 1. Clitus Gaming. Clitus is the person running the account. Clitus is a musician, YouTuber and rapper. He makes different types of content throughout his socials, such as music videos, skits and other stuff. He is currently at 149 subscribers and has a total of 46 videos currently uploaded to his YouTube channel, not counting YouTube Shorts. He also has several other accounts on different platforms, such as TikTok, SoundCloud and Instagram. Homunculus. Homunculus is a repeating character throughout the channel and currently is in 2 of the videos. His first appearance being "Skapar en homunculus, brott mot Gud, artificiellt liv i en ondskefullt laboratorium", and currently last appearance in "Hittade homunculusen, del 2 i Monkeverse-sagan, Collab, räddar mänskligheten med Pisshunter". The homunculus is seen wearing a Santa hat over its eyes and with a large bushy beard. It is also wearing a SpongeBob shirt over a green hoodie with numbers on it, and also wearing black jeans with black sneakers. Mask first appearance. The first appearance of the infamous chimpanzee mask is in the video "Reagerar på smink med Emily. Vilka böcker har hon läst? Gone wrong. Dog nästan", where Clitus is seen reacting to a video by the YouTuber Smink med Emily, in where she is talking about a few books she read throughout the summer of 2023. Wrong O'boy. In the video "Blandar O'boy med olika vätskor. Vidrigt. Dog nästan. Collab", you can see that they are using the wrong kind of O'boy. The original is supposed to be mixed with milk, but they have the one where it's supposed to be mixed with water. Clitus Gaming socials. Clitus Gaming has a couple of officially run social medias. These are SoundCloud, TikTok, YouTube, Reddit and Wattpad. The name of the Wattpad account is unknown. He uses some of these social medias kinda frequently. Clitus consuming. Clitus consumes food and water through his nose. There are exceptions, such as in the Choco Drink video, where he is seen taking off the mask to drink Monster Energy. Swedish Grizzly. Swedish Grizzly is a common character throughout Clitus Gaming, even leaving many comments under his videos, and also even appearing in some of his videos. Swedish Grizzly played the character Pisshunter in Clitus Gaming's skit Homunculus Part 2, in where they catch the missing homunculus and kills them. Undone songs. This refers to the fact that he probably has some unreleased songs that are either undone or waiting for the perfect time to be released. Abandoned locations. In most of his recent videos, he is seen at some abandoned locations, such as a bunker, hospital or a barn. These places often have a relation to his lore. Summer cottage and bunker. These are the most known places where he is seen. Clitus claims to be living inside a bunker, but proof has yet to be found of this being true. Inside the bunker, he has shown doing rituals to make a living homunculus and even renovated the bunker to make it look clean and tidy, making a temporary gaming setup to prove a point. Inside the cottage, he is shown not doing much, mainly walking around and making a tour of the place. Borlänge Banditerna. Borlänge Banditerna is a band who has been mentioned by Clitus several times. He claims that now Borlänge Banditerna has left school. Clitus is the champion of YouTube at his school, NTI Gymnasiet. Tier 2. Those who know, these just refer to the memes, but translate into Swedish. For some reason, this has stuck around even though it isn't that funny of a joke. R slur box. This one could be controversial, mainly because of the title. it being a music video titled as a discriminatory word against unable people, then followed by the word box, but in Swedish. Inside this music video, there are new characters that have yet to be shown until this video, them being Jävla, damn Arsler. He claims to be not nice and seems to have sexual tendencies problems. He also claims that they call him the Slaverer. We also have Edvin, birthgiver of damn Arsler. He says he found it hard to assemble the chromosomes to make his child. Due to this he can only goon to LeBron. Who LeBron is unknown. We also have David. David seems to be egotistical and shouts his name often. He also wants snus, a Nordic invention which is an alteration to smoking. He doesn't even know where his scrotum is, or it has been dislocated. We can hear him running towards the road. He is heard screaming due to a car hitting him. Then we have Jackie. Jackie has the same sprite as Damn Arsler, but is singing about giving us listeners Down syndrome with his down attacks, and how we should sit down and be prepared. Jackie can also be heard singing about how their stomach is the hairiest place of their body. Job. Job is a common joke among unemployed people who treat the word as offensive and considers it should be censored. Cletus has played along and censored it every time he has mentioned it in his recent videos. Enlarged glance. This is a recurring feature throughout the channel. The origin of this topic comes from a friend of Cletus Gaming, who asked him and his friend of Cletus, would you rather have 1 million bucks or an enlarged glance? They both went with the latter immediately, and since then it has stuck around. Cletus profile picture. Cletus Gaming profile picture is one of the personas with the text Cletus Gaming to the side. Shoutout. Cletus almost always ends his video with giving some people a shoutout, either by mentioning them directly in his videos.
Shoutout till Comitode, Swedish Grizzly, Vaktmästaren, Drake.
Or by leaving their name in the description. Some people he have shouted out are Comitode, Vaktmästaren, Lyxshake, and Swedish Grizzly.
Ver Jonsson, Jordron, Berntsson, John.
These all refer to John. Sidodarian is also a common phrase used when mentioning John. Comitode. Comitode is often mentioned by Cletus. Cletus has stated multiple times throughout his community post that Comitode is actually his partner, which is nice. Comitode is also referenced as Cobitoid, Cobitode, or Cobitoid sometimes. Sug på den, liberaler, or think about that, liberals, or suck on that, liberals, as it would be in English. And this is another common line Cletus often uses throughout his videos. It is used to make fun of people who generally say something like this, or he just finds this as a funny phrase. He could also be serious, but I doubt that. Cletus lore. Oh boy, this is a long one. He was born in Alabama in 1961 and was named Cletus. He lived on minced fish, insulations for walls, and trash. He was banished from his family at 9 years old. He roamed through the streets and now lived on different kinds of tree cones, bark, and as well as minced fish. In 1980 he was smuggled into Sweden by the person Puja Merpujan, after Puja had a vacation, presumably in Alabama. After arriving in Sweden, he changed his name to Cletus to seem more Swedish between the years 1979 and 1982. In 1983 he was captured and held hostage at a zoo. Not much is known about this time when he was in the zoo, but we do know he got married, then divorced, and later had a child. We do not know much about his ex-wife, but we do know more about his son. Cletus has a son named Cool Apa, or Cool Monkey in English. He was born in Borås. He is past the age of 37 and his birthday is on the 9th of June. He is an alcoholic and sometimes likes to eat wall insulation. His favorite food is falukorv, and he has eaten 7 children and has a cousin, meaning either his mother partner, if she has one, or Cletus has a sibling. His cousin is named Uncool Monkey in English. He is actually responsible for 9/11. He committed 9/11 in a trade for some falukorv by Obama bin Osama. In 1991, Cletus escapes the zoo and is accused of making 7 children disappear, but we do know that his son actually ate 7 children. This could be related or just a coincidence. Due to this incident, he tries to flee back to America, New Jersey in 1993. While in New Jersey, he commits a incident in where 76 people are killed, 2 children are born, and 14 liters of slime residue is found in Bill Clinton's car. While this happens, Cletus makes him. After the incident, Cletus is banned from all McDonald's and also the continent of America. He was returned to Sweden and admitted into a mental hospital. He flees the hospital, and in 1994 he flees to Saudi Arabia by bike. He arrives in Saudi Arabia in 1999. He was thrown rocks at after smothering a mosque with goo in 2001, and as a result he moved into a hut in the desert. While in his hut, he manages to import a computer setup in 2004. In 2009 he re-enters Saudi Arabia and enters Riyadh. He successfully tries to smother Salman bin Abdul Aziz with unidentified goo. He was deported from Saudi Arabia in 2010 and was sent back to Sweden, now homeless. He later found a phone and uses it to record and make YouTube videos in 2012. He claimed he found his first home, which is a blatant lie since he have had multiple at this point, but regardless he finds a home, and he continues to make videos through 2012 to 2018. In the year 2023, Cletus realizes you can upload the videos to YouTube and has now created the YouTube channel Cletus Gaming. He then proceeds to upload his videos from between 2014 and 2018. And after sending hate mail in 2023 towards Joe Biden, he was banned from Reddit. He later in early 2024 tries to become the president of USA, but this fails as he is not a resident of USA and many other reasons as to why he was not elected. In 2024, he adopts a new child and trains him on how to smother goo onto places and things. Cletus has a lot of different kinds of facts that surround him. I will now read out some of them to you. Cletus' favorite food is falukorv, since it reminds him of wall insulation. He has schizophrenia, Down syndrome, severe autism, 48 chromosomes, quote-unquote mild dyslexia, hemorrhoids, and is deranged and crazy. Cletus does not regret 1993 and he is in love with your mom. And lastly, he claims he has not fucked a gull, but Swedish Grizzly claims otherwise. Smink med Emily Archive. Smink med Emily is a YouTuber who Cletus has previously reacted to. Emily is shown in her videos making review of different kinds of makeup. Cletus reacted to her video about what kind of books she had read throughout the summer of 2023. Emily has now deleted this video, and this means Cletus Gaming is the only archive of this video. Even though it was scummy for Cletus to re-upload her video with his reaction to it in the past, now this is just an archive with a reaction video added to it. Homophobe and ableism. Throughout Cletus Gaming's videos, we can see many examples of ableism and homophobic comments made towards each other, such as in the Homunculus video part 2, in which they call each other gay bastard. These are commonly used throughout the channel, especially ableistic terms. Tier 3. Bosnia vs Serbia. Cletus uses world tragedies to make a comparison to the people he dislikes or have disputes with. In his hit music video, GG Easy, he mentions the war between these two countries. He mentions that he wishes that John should feel like Bosnia after Serbia was quote-unquote done with them. Cletus also does mention Serbia quite often by calling them the worst. Why he does this is unknown, but we do know that Alexa could be from Serbia, and since Cletus has disputes with him, we can assume he also disses his country to ragebait him even more. Homunculus changes clothes. Between the videos, Homunculus part 1 and part 2, the Homunculus is seen in different clothes than in the prior episode. Piss Hunter. Piss Hunter is a character who appeared in the Homunculus part 2 video. He is seen with a Nerf gun and shot the Homunculus with the Nerf gun after it was hit by Cletus Gaming with a shovel in the head. Piss Hunter closely resembles Swedish Grizzly if you compare their outfits. This is due to Piss Hunter being played by Swedish Grizzly, since this was a skit made by Cletus. He has credited Swedish Grizzly for roleplaying this character. 1:13, 1:18, 3:35, oh boy. These are timestamps in the Oh Boy video where the censoring was missed and you can actually see the guest's face. Comment section. There are many recurring people throughout the comment section who appear in many videos' comments. Some of these people are @SwedishGrizzly6506, @ThatCatO, @Comitoad, @Erotisk, and WiseMystical3. Puya Merpuya. Puya Merpuya is a recurring character throughout the channel and is mentioned in many of his older videos. Puya did bring Kletus to Sweden for the first time, so it does make sense for Kletus to look up to him in some regard. Kletus does worship him in his Minecraft house tour video. #Kletus2024. In 2024, Kletus ran for president. This was his policies verbatim, but in English. Kletus Gaming, for president 2024. Vote for me, Kletus Gaming, for president 2024 or later. I promise the following. 1. Not only legalize cannabis, but also make it mandatory. 2. Put up cool posters outside. Cool. 3. Introduce the death penalty for individuals who have not subscribed to Kletus Gaming. 4. Import hundreds of orangutans. 5. Ban Skibidi Toilet within 2 weeks after the election. 6. Invade Norway. Stop the propaganda. Many claim that it is unhealthy to lather yourself in all sorts of goop. This is not true. 8. Sell tons of horse meat to Finland. 9. Lock up Joe Biden in the bunker. I have prepared a room. 10. Send Puya Merpuyan as a mediator to North Korea. 11. Be a super cool and awesome leader and contribute to enormous prosperity. Those were his policies, and of course he wasn't elected as he is not a member of the US. Pung_Hjortron 7148. This is Kletus Gaming's Gamerfuel collab in which you use the code Pung_Hjortron 7148 and you'll get a beep. Song lyrics. Kletus Gaming has yet to release his official lyrics for the songs that he have made. So far, only GG-Easy has official lyrics in the description. Stuck glance. When Kletus Gaming was a child, he got his glance stuck inside a door. This is referenced in the official music video, Förstorat Ollon. Mystery collab. In the Oh Boy with Different Liquids, we can see a mystery guest. Who this guest is unknown. We only have some distinguished features that we know, such as their blonde hair and green hoodie. Teaser on Varta Mitt Ollon. About 3 months ago, as of writing this video, Kletus posted a community post about then seeming non-suspicious post about a goofy thing, like he usually does, but this was in fact a reference to his future song. Daniel Larsson. Kletus Gaming has made several mentions and hints towards Daniel Larsson, who is in fact a person currently in jail for making threats about the White House. Gror. The word gror, or grow as it would be translated into English, is often used by Kletus Gaming. This word originates from the word bror, or bro in English, except it is misspelled with a G instead of a B. He has also usually replaced the first letter of the word to something different, such as perur, for example, in which the P stands for something, and in this case, it is for placeholder. Racism. He has been occasionally caught saying racist things. None of these are extreme and most seem like a joke, but it does still happen. We do have current evidence to some of these racial discriminations, such as djupfryst_gror, where Kletus made a diss about him, and immediately after called him black. Djupfryst has posted this with a screenshot of proof of Kletus calling him this. Kletus has actually replied to this post by leaving a comment underneath it, saying, well, you can guess what the letter stands for in gror. Tier 4. Homunculus versus Homunculus. There are 2 different ways to spell the homunculus's name, one being homunculus with a U as the 4th letter and the other being an O as the 4th letter. To clear up confusion, homunculus spelled with a U refers to its species and spelled with an O is the name of the homunculus.
Trespassing.
Cletus has been trespassing to many different places. Some of these are McDonald's and a retirement home. His reasons to trespass into the retirement home is unknown as of now. Cletus was banned from all McDonald's after the incident of 1993. This also means in the official video of him chasing after the homunculus, he trespasses onto McDonald's property to get a hand of a McDonald's Happy Meal. Blasphemy. In many of Cletus' videos he has marked in his description #Islam, #Halal and such. He often disrespects religious belief in these kinds of ways. Another example is when Cletus accidentally smeared goo on a mosque in Saudi Arabia. GGEC this. He mentions several unknown people in his music video, them being
Meror, Dennis, Sror, Mentorn, Lyxshake, Herr Japan, all the house at the school and more.
None of these provide much detail into his life, except the one about Hus, in which he seems to be an incel, which we already knew, but this could emphasize it. Han. Not much is known about him, but we do know that he resembles Will Wood and that he was made after the incident of 1993. Is this Will Wood? We do not know. Over 4 kids in his basement. Cletus has stated that he has had at least have had 4 children in his bunker and 3 several times. He claims they all have fled. We do not have any evidence that they have even existed, and these claims are true. Harry Brandsläckare the Hamster. Harry Brandsläckare the Hamster is a toy hamster that Cletus Gaming taped up to the wall of the bunker. We do not know the origin or the lore of Harry, but Cletus did lose it for a time, but after cleaning out the entire bunker, he found it and placed it back up on the wall. Cletus has not mentioned Harry in a long time, probably due to its lack of use, but it would be nice to see him again after all this time. Ex-wife. Cletus doesn't mention his ex-wife a lot, but we do know something about her. She could have siblings since Cletus' child has a cousin. We do know that Cletus was married to her, then divorced her, then after the divorce she gave birth to their child. We do know that Cletus was emotionally scarred after the divorce, as he does mention it quite often. Alexa being Serbian. It is a rumor that Alexa is from Serbia, since in the music video GGEC, he claims Alexa to be from Serbia. Anna-Lena Björklund. Anna-Lena Häderst, formerly Björklund, is an experienced moderator and performer who combines professionalism with energy and warmth. With her unique blend of stage presence, sharpness and artistic charisma, she leads international conferences, innovation forums and executive events for companies and organizations across the Nordic region, often in English and with audiences from all over the world. That bitch from Monsters Inc. That bitch from Monsters Inc. is actually called Ross. Ross is a character from Pixar's Monsters Inc. from 2001. She works as the key master and administrator for Scarefloor F. Known for her raspy voice, slow speech, and constant reminder to Mike Wazowski, "I am watching you, Wazowski, always watching." Ross initially appears to be a grumpy bureaucrat keeping track of paperwork. However, it is revealed later that she is actually the leader of the child detection agency working undercover inside the company. What this has to do with how Cletus described her beats me. He described her as having unstylish clothing and her assignments being boring and the worst. Maybe this could be referencing a real person, a teacher, who works at NTE Gymnasiet. Maybe. I do not know. Sexuality. His sexuality is unknown, but he seems to like women, men, especially men with big, hairy black feet, so his sexuality could be bisexual, but this is just a theory. Cletus Gaming. Cletus Gaming is a Cletus Gaming misspelled with an R instead of an L. This has stuck around for some reason though. Wrong location. In his YouTube profile he claims he is currently in Saudi Arabia. This is not true as he is currently living in Sweden. Ollon Finder. Ollon Finder was Cletus' marketing plan to make a dating site like Tinder but for your glance, in which you could rate other people's glance and have a meetup with them also. King of all incels. Cletus Gaming has declared himself as,
quote, king of all incels, unquote.
inside of his community posts on YouTube. Uncle's home. His uncle's home is where he recorded the official music video for Wook Ibs. Tier 5. The African Scrotum Strategy. In his Ape War video, Cletus mentions that after he dies and loses, he will use the African Scrotum Strategy. What this is or how it is executed is unknown, as he does not elaborate. Homunculus hair. After the recording of the skit Homunculus Part 2, the hair is covered in dirt by Cletus and Piss Hunter. After the recording was finished, the actor behind Homunculus claims that he would not return for a future role as the Homunculus, since the hair was covered in dirt and cat shit, and he would not put on the hair piece again. Vaktmästaren. Vaktmästaren is often mentioned by Cletus in his descriptions, either by saying he helped Cletus morally or to record a video. He is very frequently mentioned. We also do have a commentator on his channel that is named The Janitor, which is English for Vaktmästare. Could they be the same person, or is it just a coincidence? We do not know. Only he does. Djupfryst Gror. This one is a doozy. Cletus Gaming and Djupfryst Gror has had many beefs against each other. Djupfryst Gror stems from the origin of djupfryst and the word gror. I have already explained the word gror. Djupfryst is from a djupfryst kanin, which I won't go any deeper into, but if you guys want a deep dive, I can make a separate video about it. Either way, Djupfryst and Cletus has been in a lot of drama, some racism on Cletus' part, which I have already explained about. And thinking about it now, Djupfryst Gror should be over the racism part. Oh well. Jinjin. Jinjin is a Swedish underground rapper and a meme who does mainly bad raps. Due to this, he has gained some popularity and is being made fun of. Cletus has been commenting on his TikTok channel. Jinjin has replied to some of his comments. This meme is mostly one-sided, since Jinjin doesn't interact further than this. Power. Cletus often mentions power in his videos. This could either refer to his ex-wife, which he does sometimes, or this is the popular character from Chainsaw Man. Could be both also. Divorce. Cletus Gaming has been through a divorce. This is pretty common knowledge. He states multiple times throughout his videos that the divorce broke him. We do not know what state he was in after the divorce. This would be an interesting topic for Cletus to cover more on, as this could be potentially be really juicy. Team Thursday. Team Thursday is his battle cry when he complained about Wednesday and it having way too many lectures, and then responding with Team Thursday as it was the day with the fewest amount of classes. Unfinished album. This topic could refer to him having an unreleased album, since he actually waited a couple months to post his latest music video. Suicidal. Cletus has mentioned many times that he has been depressed and suicidal. Boy Uncensored. There could be an uncensored video of the Oh Boy video in where the guest is actually uncensored. If this actually exists is just a theory. Lyxshake. Lyxshake is a milkshake from the Nordic restaurant Max, in which you pay for an overpriced milkshake that is mid at best. Although this refers to a person, you can probably figure out what their name is. House of Angus. House of Angus is from House of Blues, but one day they had a poster outside saying House of Angus, which was a band called Angus that would perform at House of Blues. Cletus found this hilarious and it has stuck around ever since then, especially just the Angus part. House of Golden Hits. House of Golden Hits is an extension to House of Angus, which Cletus got whiplashed from due to the word golden, which originates from Gyllene Mango, or Golden Mango in English. I won't get into too much detail about the origin of Golden Mango, but if you guys want, I can make a follow-up video to this iceberg if you wanted, to explain more about deep lore and cuts. Thrown out of Svea. In spring of 2025, Cletus claims he was thrown out of a restaurant called Svea due to the employees being racist. This is not true, since Cletus was charged for a burger and he didn't have enough money to pay for it, so they took his credit card for the time being. Pulka Pulka is often mentioned by Cletus and it originates from Same, and is often used by him. Cletus has borrowed this phrase and now uses it himself. This is in my belief where the origin of is from. In an unlisted video by EGNIXGS, the video is called How to Make Tea with Claws, #Pulka This is a reference to either Cletus Gaming or Same. Most likely Cletus Gaming, as he has actually left a comment under the video. Gang signs. Cletus has been seen using gang signs in late 2024, in which he used the infamous Telebubu gang sign, which is often controversially used. Keltus Gaming. For a short period of time, his display name was changed to Keltus Gaming. This only lasted for a couple of hours at most. The only archive of this is by Djupfrys_Gurul, which he has screenshotted and uploaded to his CP. Jimmy Walker Gaming. Jimmy Walker Gaming is an early character who doesn't get mentioned anymore by Cletus. But in the past, Jimmy Walker Gaming and Cletus had beef with each other, with Jimmy Walker Gaming having deleted everything and now the only archive that exists are on Cletus Gaming's channel. Two personas. This is a conspiracy theory that he has two egos. One is his digital persona and the other one is in him in the mask. While nothing is confirmed by Cletus, I personally have speculated that the origin could be true for his digital persona, while the IRL one is a separate version of him. Although there are some things that reject this theory, such as he has made crossovers between digital places and the real one, such as the digital persona has mentioned the bunker and his uncle's home. 9/11. Cletus Gaming official son, Cool Apa, was responsible for 9/11. He committed this in crime in exchange for some falukorv. How much he got is unknown. Barack bin Osama. This is the person Cool Apa traded with to commit 9/11. Nothing more is known about him except that his name stems from Obama and Osama bin Laden. Marcus. Marcus was mentioned by Cletus at some point in a video. Not much is known about him except that Cletus has mentioned him. Wook Ibs lore. The lore behind the song Wook Ibs goes as: Cletus was at a food place which served Asian food. He ordered something from them and he claims it ruined him. And this song is a tribute to that food place. Wook Ibs, Wook for the food and Ibs for it ruining him. Tier 6. Hairy feet. Hairy feet is yet another common phrase often used by Cletus. The origin of this is actually quite interesting. To understand everything I have to backtrack to a fellow to Cletus Gaming. This fellow we will call Red. Red was a part of a Discord server in early 2024, who people of the server often use the phrase "you like men with big feet" to be mean to someone specific. They also used controversial slurs much more graphic than Cletus has ever used. But they used this phrase to make fun of someone. Red found this phrase quite funny, even though this phrase was often used to be mean. Red later mentioned this phrase to Cletus without him knowing about its origin. And after this phrase has evolved from it being men with big feet to sometimes white man with big/black/hairy feet. 7,148. These are recurring numbers all throughout his channel. What they mean is unknown, but I do have a theory to what they represent, but I won't say what. Personified glance. Cletus and his friends calling each other a personified glance to mock each other. This has now escalated to be an actual character. Freaky ettona smirk_cat:2 : I can't tell you where I got this information from, but this origins from a comment left by thatcat2. The origin of freaky ettona smirk_cat:2 is from a private Discord server by the name of Diddy Party. And in this server there existed a certain amount of emos and 3 of them being called this. And I can't speak anymore about this topic. Deleted videos. Cletus Gaming has a now deleted video where Cletus has adopted a new child and is teaching it on how to smother goo onto things. The opening of the video started with Cletus and his adopted child walking over to a puddle and sticking their hands inside and making a mess. Then later going to a park and finding a stranger, which they chase after and kidnap him. They take him to the bunker to hold hostage, but this fails as the hostage escapes the bunker. The video ends with Cletus and his child chasing after the stranger. It is unknown if there are any more deleted videos. Unedited videos. This assumes that he has some unreleased videos that have yet to be published or released. In theory, he probably has some scrapped videos or footage that only he has access to. Who's under the mask? What Cletus looks like underneath the mask is unknown. No one has seen him without the mask, only the people he has recorded with could know who he is and what he looks like underneath the mask. Red drink. The red drink one of his personas is holding is of unknown substance. Only Cletus would have the memory to remember what it was. Maybe it was a mixed concoction between hundreds of different substances. No one knows except for Cletus himself. Smaken var söt, men en aning besk. This line originates from a fanfiction between and written by Cletus Gaming, in which he used this line quite a few times. This fanfiction is now lost media and this is the only thing that has been kept from it by Cletus. 2012 to 2013. In a video he claims he used this phone to record his YouTube videos. He recorded his videos between the years 2012 to 2018. He has admitted to only uploading his videos from between 2014 and 2018 in 2023, when he realized you can upload his videos to YouTube, meaning the videos from 2012 and 2013 is lost media and only Cletus has access to them. Lärjungen. Lärjungen is a person from a deleted video. He was Cletus' adopted child. What happened to him is unknown, as he has yet to reappear or even been mentioned by Cletus in any of his latest videos. And the only video mentioning his existence as of now is
Historia och fakta om Cletus Gaming. Djupgående analys på Cletus historia och lore.
Hannes. In the video
Fakta om cool apa.
Hannes is mentioned for a brief time but is covered up by the text Cletus. Who Hannes is unknown, since he has never been mentioned again in any of his videos to this date. Downfall.
Jag tror jag har lyckats.
Cletus has posted this to his community post, and we the fanbase has suspected this will reduce the amount of work that he has been putting into his content, and thus lead to fewer videos. Melker Libom. Not much is known about Melker. He has been referenced by Cletus a couple of times, but we do not know who this is. Could this be Merur, who was mentioned in Cletus' music video GG Easy, since it is after all a way to spell Grur. Previous cameraman. In his earlier career, when he made his Wook Ibs music video, we can see his previous cameraman. We haven't seen him since this video. He was also seen running away from Cletus, but his face was censored. It is rumored that this person was the actor behind Cletus' adopted son. Cletus Gaming profile picture origin. It is incredibly hard finding information about the origin of his profile picture, who the monkey is, where it was taken, who took it. Gyllene Mango. Gyllene Mango has been referenced by Cletus at least one time on his Instagram, in which he posted a picture of a workout machine called Gyllene Mango, which he pointed to it with a red circle with Golden Freddy inside. Why this is unknown. iPhone giveaway 2854. iPhone giveaway 2854 was an Instagram account who promised to do giveaway of an iPhone. Cletus Gaming replied to this post and was making fan mail of them. This escalated to them actually connecting with each other. This led to them playing Overwatch 2 together. iPhone giveaway 2854's account has been wiped off of all the platforms. There is still a lot of things that I have missed and did not include in this video. As I have said earlier in the video, I can make a follow-up or a part 2 in where I get into more detail about certain topics if you, the viewers, would like that. I am currently going off script, but I would appreciate your feedback on this video. I know this video seemed very rushed as it was, as I wanted this video to get out before Halloween, but yeah, I would like to ask you for your feedback upon this video. Thank you, see you later. I would also like to thank myself for being patient enough to make this video. I thank you all for watching this video, and I will maybe see you again in the future. Have a good one, everyone.